Hello, everybody. It's me. I did my intro so fast this time that I didn't even get it on camera. That is. Anyway, I figured, hey, people would want more content of this game. Game guide. All right, so first, and I was going to go through all the different things that you want to be doing in order to max out your character, get every item, do all the whatnots. First thing that I want to mention is that if you're watching this video, you're probably in post game, which means we go to Edward here. This is something that I would say probably isn't worth grinding out too much, but it's just something you're going to have to keep in mind of passively in the background. Is all of these tablets? I don't have any on me. I've already converted all of the ones that I've got. Basically, these are how you get some of the best items in the game. If some of the things in this game are a little bit bugged, so oversighted, I'm not really sure the full reasoning behind it. But basically, some of the things here are better than the time items. Some of them are not, or the true time items. They're all better than the regular time items by a large margin, but then the true time items outclass most of the level 5 recipes that you get from tablets. The only item you strictly do need from tablets in order to truly max out your character is the Steel Beast's freaking armor. It has the highest defensive stats in the game. However, you do get, you know, uh, another armor set for free, which is going to lead me to the next thing that you want to be doing in order to max out your character, which is work on doing the arena as fast as possible. Doing the arena gets you two very important items. It gets you Forger King armor and the Artisanal King armor. The Artisanal King gives +5, or in total +25 to all of your crafting skills, and the Forger is +25 to all of your gathering skills. Your gathering and crafting lives have no other options in terms of armor. These are the only things that give increases to those stats. So if you want to max out your character, these are something that's really easy to get. For completing the arena, you get the second best armor set in the game, which is the hero's armor. And basically, what you get here is you're able to reforge it, and once it's reforged, it will be you're able to do basically whatever you want with it. I just reforged it a single time to get it up to top quality, but realistically, you probably want to be going for properties. In terms of accessories, these are relatively minimal. Just generally, I would say get yourself EXP plus. I believe if you get glasses, that also gives EXP plus here. I was lazy and didn't even bother doing that much. I wouldn't worry too much about what you have in your accessory slots. For your cape slot, the only real answer is, in fact, from Taylor Life, where you're able to get the Apocalypse and Divine Wings. You get these from tablets as well, I should mention. They're not expensive to craft in the slightest, but they are, the highest defensive items, so they're worth going after at some point. In terms of what properties you want to be getting on your equipment, so from what I have found from testing various things in this game, I guess first thing I want to go over for really quick is properties on weapon. So for your weapon, what you're going to want is something very similar to what I have here. You want charge time reduced, charge attack damage, and then instead of frostbite, what you want to be going for is paralysis on your weapon. If you're playing as a hunter, feel free to swap it out with more whatever the hell you feel like. It honestly doesn't matter because most of the other buffs are pretty minimal. And since we are doing paralysis on our weapon, eventually you're going to want to move your armor to being paralysis on everything, as paralysis is the best status ailment, and yeah, it will disproportionately benefit you over anything else when it comes to clearing out stronger bosses. And in terms of weaker enemies, the charge attack plus and charge attack damage will keep you sustainably able to kill basically anything. So, in terms of how you're getting those properties, obviously you're able to just use very common item. I believe you're actually able to buy it in the shop right here. All right, yes. Over here in the shop, if you get your shop to rank 3, which is not difficult, I've just been too lazy to do it because I've been focusing on other things. Status effect chance skills are easier to acquire. You're able to put that on your armor, and then from there, you will be perfectly set in terms of your offense. Obviously, if you're doing Hunter, you probably, since you're doing a lot more multi hits with your arrow rains, relatively speaking, it's already a fairly high chance. So if you want to skimp on that and get whatever else, I mean, there isn't anything else particularly worth going for, but whatever, who cares? You could have a little bit more fun with it. After that, that is covers everything you need to know about how to actually make your equipment. But how are we getting this equipment in the first place? I probably am doing this out of order. But well, I mean, I've already covered how you're getting the recipes. Time items. How you're getting all these time items is actually a way simpler process than you would think. Every time you travel over to Grimrosa here, I have no idea how it's actually pronounced. Excuse me that I'm inevitably getting it wrong. Every time you load into Grimrosa here, you will, yep, just like that, it will refresh all of the spawns here, and you will get the ability to find a legendary whatever resource is you're looking for. Uh, if you're struggling in terms of levels and whatnot, these are a very good source of EXP, and you're going to need a lot of them anyway. So I'd say generally, if you are doing this grind, just cut down everything. It is worth it. You do need your areas to be at least rank 3 in order to get these to spawn. I would recommend going up all the way to rank 5 as they get better spawn rates the higher rank the areas are. In terms of what spawns where, the areas along the top half of the island here all spawn the goat. The fish spawns in this island here. Rocks spawn in these 2 bottom areas. Legendary crop spawns specifically in this farm field, and I believe, yes, also over here. But the tree here is also able to spawn over down here. And that is all of the spawn points I know off the top of my head. There is obviously one legendary spawn in every area, so don't stress, too much about doing whatever. If you just get everything up enough ranks, you're gonna see everything inevitably. Generally, they're grouped together, so I would assume there's probably more fish probably over here. Probably another. Well, there wouldn't be a tree here. I have no idea what would be spawning up here. Uh, yeah, but it is generally just broken up into segments of the map like that. So that's how you're going to be getting all of the true time items, which realistically are either good enough to get everything done or just the best item for whatever you're doing. Either case, they are perfectly acceptable. Additionally, while we're in this area here, if you have been doing the crafting lives, you've probably noticed that you have found this really stupid, insanely just I hate it so much. So you see here how this here, I need these wild antlers, but the game just says they're found in the treasure groves, which are the randomly generated dungeon. And god, who the hell wants to do randomly generated dungeons? Well, I'm here to tell you, the game lies to you. That is not the only place to find them. I will be linking this in the description, but there is almost every item that it says that is only found in treasure groves is usually lying, and it is also found at higher ranks, usually rank 5 of the open world here. For example, those wild horns drop from a king woolly, which spawns, if I could press the right button, literally in the area I'm in, actually. And as you can see right here is the exact enemy I was just talking about. And funny iframes. I'm not playing as Paladin, so I don't have fast charge. Let me change jobs real quick. And just like that, we will be dropping a wild antler just like that. It literally is that easy. So if you are looking for any of the items for getting to hero rank in any of your crafting lives, consult the table that is in the description. Because, yeah, this is painful. If something doesn't spawn, also double check time of day. A lot of things are, you'll generally learn if you're just playing the game enough, but obviously with King Oli here, it is restricted to a certain extent. Next, now when it comes to that covers everything when it comes to the open world and everything that you need to be doing in it. Multiplayer is completely unnecessary. Now we get into the actual last thing that you're going to be doing when it comes to how to max out your character. Obviously, I am ignoring certain amount of stuff here when it comes to ranking up all your lives to hero, because I don't think you all need an explanation that, yes, you can in fact rank up your lives to hero. I guess I'll do a quick little footnote here of just, hey, whenever you get your lives to hero rank, you will get the capstone at the far north of your skill tree. These are generally pretty good. The ones that I would say are the most important to be getting would be obviously Miner, which is less charge time, Hunter, or Woodcutter, not Hunter, which is less charge damage. Magician is double stamina regeneration, and then Hunter, which is massive increase to both your crit rate and your crit damage. So, really strong skills all around. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm going to also assume that you've seen my other guides, and we get into here the final thing that you're going to be doing when it comes to trying to max out your character, which is obviously hitting the maximum level. Obviously, there's a few things you need to consider here. First off, uh, every life, is going to level up differently. For most lives, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing the tree dungeons here. Once you get up to floor 1000, you're able to enter, obviously, these later 900 plus floors. All of the enemies here are somewhere between level 90 and level 100. Going deeper within the individual thing trends the levels to be higher, but it does not guarantee that enemies will be level 100 or anything like that. So if you just want to keep resetting, don't feel stressed to grind the lower number of enemies on like this fishing floor here because it's lower down. All that matters is that you're at the 900 baseline and you're capable of finding just a good first floor in either of them, and you're able to just quit out, find whatever farming spot you like, and that is quite literally all you have to do. You don't have to do any of the bosses for the tree dungeons here unless you absolutely want to, and there may be a few crafts you need to do for them here and there. Those will be marked in the previously mentioned item guide in the description, which will show you how to get all of those improperly documented items. But other than that, it is not something you have to worry about grinding out that heavily, other than just for the raw enemies. In terms of how you're going to be maxing out all of your crafting lines, because obviously, while you can have your companions level them up for you, that is kind of slow, relatively speaking. What you want to be doing is you want to be remaking items. To do that, you're going to be using, obviously, so here, redux stones. It takes 5 no matter what item you're crafting and gives you the full EXP for whatever item you're crafting, regardless. So, what you want to be doing here is basically take a true sword of time or whatever true X of time item, as they all have the same requirements in order to craft them, and just continuously remake them at whatever level, or just continuously remake them, and you'll level up relatively quickly. As for how to get redux stones, there is a funny little feature that you probably haven't noticed because the game does not mention this at any point during the actual main story. I think it's only added post game. Not 100% sure about that, but Either way, you shouldn't need to be doing this until you're well into post game. Anyway, here you're able to exchange any item in the game for fragments of the crystals. You're going to pick up a lot of junk items in this game, so if you just want to periodically come here and sell things, feel free to do so. If you want to cheese out getting a particularly large quantity, then all you need to do is just come right over. So you come right over here to the armor shop, and you just want to buy a crap ton of the long capes. Each one of these capes gives 50 points of progress towards getting a stone. So every 2 capes here is 1 redux stone. This is the cheapest way to get them by far. Not even close. So because of that, you will realistically never need gold in this game. This is an address to the subreddit where I see constant posts claiming that you need to very quickly, this is very urgent, you need to do this money method now. You do not need money at all in this game. It is kind of useful in a few spots here or there, but just doing crafting lives will passively get you more money than you will need. And if you want to clear out all the recipes, then just craft your recipes that you're buying so that way you could also auto craft them, because that's also progress. Guess what? If you're doing all the recipes, getting all the auto crafts, it's also an achievement you could work. Think about how convenient it'd be for decorating if you could just make every item on demand. Anyway, so as you see here, we now just go here, and that quickly, spending only a few thousand gold, we are able to get. Yeah, it's even more than the Conjurer's Cape, which is I believe it's hero rank armor. No, I don't remember fully, but just like that, that was just a few. That wasn't even a minute of me doing this, and I already have 12 more redux stones. You will get plenty doing this. So do that. Reforge your time items half a dozen times, and you'll be perfectly fine. From there, once you've done everything I've mentioned in this guide, you'll be at max level. Obviously, you want to do that for every life in order to get all of their capstones. That way, whatever your main lives are, you have as much stats in those as possible. You will have the best gear in the game and could focus on what really matters in life. Complaining that you can't jump off this bridge. Come on, I want to kill myself. Yeah, that's it. You don't have to do anything else. You just go decorate, I guess. NPCs don't really matter that much either. I mean, you're gonna obviously unlock all of them, but like I don't think I need to tell you, hey, they can help you do certain things. I want to jump.